So I said that I would include some details about what the women are facing that is unique. Women on the street are preyed upon. They're commodities. They are vulnerable and often looking for protection. And they'll connect to men on the street that offer protection. What they don't understand is that they're often putting themselves in situations that are chaining them to addiction, chaining them to homelessness. They become emotionally attached and are often stuck in relationships that are destructive. Several times, even just last week, we in the ministry broke up two situations where women were being physically abused on the street. In one location, we saw a man rip a woman out of a car that she was sitting in and throw her onto the street and threatened to cut her head off. He had thrown her to the ground and had jumped on top of her, and the men from the ministry got involved and stepped in between and moved the woman away and dealt with that situation. Another day, about a week later, we were picking people up for church, and a strung out young lady came up and asked us for money, and we told her that we couldn't provide her money, but we'd be happy to take her to church where she would be fed and cared for. And she was too sick and looking for a fix so that she didn't fall into withdrawal in an uncontrolled state and just laid down in the street. And one of the guys of our vehicle got out and helped her, and she sat on the curb, and we went across the street to go see if there were some other people there, and we could see that she had then laid across the sidewalk with a blanket around her. And as we were pulling out of the location across the street, a man came down the sidewalk on a bicycle and was offended by the woman in the street who had collapsed and was just trying to stay warm and was too sick to move. And he picked up his bicycle and he started beating her with his bicycle. And we stepped into that as well. And we eventually dealt with the rest of that situation as also. Women on the street are turned out. They are sold for sex. They're abused. They are used as commodities to be bought and sold. And every relationship that they get into on the street is a destructive one. It's not a helpful relationship that's going to help them move from there to back to a productive place in society, no matter what the man is telling her. She is now linked to homelessness, to addiction, to crime, and potentially prostitution. Women face a tremendous amount of abuse physically just by being beaten or raped, or both, or sold into prostitution, and eventually losing all of their value and all of their dignity and all of their humanity. And the women on the street are usually very fierce, and they need a different type of care to help them recover. These are just some of the unique circumstances that make a house like the Mercy House so needed. A clean place, a safe place where they can grow and they can feel love, and they can learn that there is a man that loves them, and his name is Jesus, and he loves them so dearly and so compassionately that he will never let them go, and he'll show them what true love is and what true compassion is. And from there they can grow and they can heal in the love of Jesus. The Women's House is crucial to our area, to our community, to our county, and to our state. It is one of the only Christian discipleship homes for women who have been suffering in homelessness. There are very few, and we need your support. So please consider donating a bed for the women who are suffering, for your sisters who need your help. In Jesus' name.